Today's lesson is on simplifying algebraic expressions, and we'll also be reviewing the terms constants, variables, and coefficients. Remember that algebraic expressions are written with terms, and the terms are separated by the plus and or minus signs. 8x plus 3y minus 2x squared plus 15, there's four terms. The terms are 8x, 3y, negative 2x squared, and 15. Notice that when you have a negative term, you need to state the negative with it. Terms can be single numbers, constants. They can be letters, variables, or they could be a product of a number and a variable. The number in this case would be called the coefficient. In this expression, 8x plus y minus 3 plus 15, the four terms are 8xy, negative 3, and 15. The constants are the numbers by themselves. The numbers that are by themselves in this expression are negative 3 and 15. Their value stays constant. There's two variables in this expression, x and y, and they represent an unknown value. Coefficients are numbers next to the variable. So if you look at this example, there's an 8x and then there's a y. The 8 in this expression is a coefficient because it's a number in front of a variable. The letter y has no number in front of it. In that case, we consider it the coefficient to be a 1. When a variable is by itself, it has an invisible coefficient, and that coefficient is positive 1. So you see, a variable by itself has an invisible coefficient of positive 1 or negative 1. In the example above, plus y is equivalent to plus 1 times y. If this were a negative y, that would be equivalent to negative 1 times y. To simplify expressions, we combine like terms. Here we could see this as 1x plus 1x plus 1x minus 1x. 3x minus 1x is 2x's. So we combine the x terms. Terms with the same variable can be combined and constants can be combined. In this example, we're going to circle the x terms. You see we have 9x plus x. Then we underline the constants, negative 3 plus 15. 9x plus 1x is 10x, and negative 3 plus 15 equals 12. Therefore, this simplifies to become 10x plus 12. In this example, there's three different types of terms. We see x terms, like 9x and minus 3x, or 9x minus 3x, which if we simplify that, it becomes 6x. There's also a y term. This one is positive 15y. And there's two constants, 4 and negative 9. If we combine 4 minus 9, we see that this becomes negative 5. We combine the terms with x as a variable, and we get 6x. Then we combine the terms with y as a variable. In this case, it's just positive 15y. And then we combine the constants. So here we get negative 5. 4 minus 9 is negative 5. So when we have an expression such as this, we simplify it by combining like terms. We're going to combine the x terms. 9x minus 3x is 6x. Then we bring down the y term, plus 15y. And last we combine the constants. 4 minus 9 is negative 5. So this simplifies to 6x plus 15y minus 5. So the order for simplifying expressions when you see parentheses is always to solve with distributive property first. So if you see a situation like this where there's parentheses, always do distributive property first. So we bring the 6y down, and then we see minus 3x, and now we do negative 3 times negative 2y, and that's plus 6y. So after we've completed distributive property, then we can combine like terms. 6y plus 6y is 12y. Bring down the negative 3x, and you have simplified it to be 12y minus 3x. Always do the distributive property before combining like terms. So the distributive property happens first. And remember to circle the sign with the term. So if it has a negative sign in front of it, make sure you circle the negative. If it has a positive sign in front of it, make sure you circle the plus. So in this example, we do the distributive property first. So we're going to write down the 12x because we're not doing anything with it yet. And now we distribute the positive 7. We get 7 times x, so plus 7x, and 7 times negative 6, negative 42. Now that we've done the distributive property, we can combine like terms. So we circle our x terms. 12x plus 7x is 19x's, and we bring down our constant, negative 42. In summary, the distributive property uses multiplication to create a simplified equivalent expression. Expressions are made up of one or more terms. Terms are single numbers, variables, or the product of a number and a variable. A constant is a number by itself. A variable is a letter used to represent an unknown quantity. A coefficient is a number next to a variable. To simplify expressions, we use the distributive property first, and then we combine like terms. And that's all.